how have the skills that you developed as a track athlete carried over into your work as a personal trainer now? How do you speak to your clients? Do you actively hear yourself and know that you're using mental performance skills with your clients, or sort of walk me through that?
Yeah, like we discussed, the self-talk and the confidence. I wish I could go back in time and like give my high school little self a hug, and I'm fortunate to had been as confident as I was in, especially in the body image. As girls, that's so hard to overcome, especially at that age. I'm very lucky on that aspect to have that confidence in that spectrum, but something that I carry over into me now is the self-talk. I'm constantly hyping up clients, giving them a little piece of advice. They appreciate that the things and the hardships that I've gone through, because we were all going through something. So giving them my perspective and them giving me their perspective, both ends, it works so good. Like, they're just as important to me as I am important to them. And I think bouncing back off, I work with so many different types of clients. They all have something. I've learned something from every single one of them. So them giving me their pieces of advice is helping me with my self-confidence every day, and then vice versa. And yeah, I wish I can go back in time and do the same thing to my younger self, give her a little hug.
So it sounds like you apply the lessons that you learned as an athlete to your personal training clients, but also that it's a two-way street. So you're teaching them, and you're also learning from them about various things. I'm wondering around the image of body image, around the idea of body image specifically and body dysmorphia, because although you didn't personally experience a lot of that yourself, many of our personal training clients do not come from athletic backgrounds. Many of them are severely underweight, severely overweight. These are people that maybe have difficult relationships with exercise and or diet on either end of the spectrum. Is there any specific way that you handle, because it can be a very delicate subject, is there any specific way that you approach conversations around body image, body dysmorphia, and nutrition with your clients as a personal trainer?
Yeah, I think that the main thing that comes to mind is how comfortable they feel in this new, or maybe it's new to them, weight training and being in a gym atmosphere, or maybe it's something they've done in the past. Maybe they have been on sports teams before and they were confident then and comfortable then, but not as comfortable now. So I usually try and like to feel out how comfy they are in the gym setting. It's very intimidating, especially the gym that you and I both work at. Everyone looks so good. It's clean. Everyone's wearing aesthetic colors. It's just, you walk in and you're like, wow, this is amazing. But it also could have a negative effect on some people. They might walk in and say like, absolutely not, I don't want to be a part of this. So that's usually the first thing I do with my clients. Is I kind of like to, as I'm getting to know them, like feel out, maybe they don't feel comfortable walking to this area of the room. There's a lot of mirrors over there. Maybe they like to go upstairs. Like, what do they like doing? I like to really dive into that first. And then I like to start teaching them things that maybe they don't love to do, but to give them the comfortability to be able to do that one day on their own and feel good in their body, no matter what gym they walk into, even if they're not a part of the gym that they are now, to carry that on throughout their entire life, is just feeling they're comfortable.
So it sounds like you maybe check in with them. Anything up from when they first step into the gym through what's called the jump start session, or an assessment that new gym members go through. You're probably getting to know them and asking them or reading their body language to see if they're looking a little anxious, because it can be very intimidating really joining any gym. We work at one of the best gyms in San Diego. Fortunately, it's a very high-end gym, but to your point that you made earlier, and here in San Diego, there's a lot of good-looking people that are wearing like very tight clothing, or not very much clothing, if we're being quite frank. And it can be very intimidating to somebody that has body image, body dysmorphia issues. They're coming into that gym setting. it sounds like you really lower yourself down to their level, not in a condescending way, but just to be very empathetic, put yourself in their shoes to understand where they're coming from.
Yes.
So you're not bringing them in the middle of a packed weight room. You're not bringing maybe somebody that has body image issues in front of a mirror. So you're being very cognizant of kind of where they are and meeting them at that level.
Yes.
And then building them up, hopefully eventually to the more confident version of themselves. And I think I can speak to this personally. You probably can as well. It's very fulfilling when we've been working with a personal training client for a while. And speaking strictly from a mental perspective, obviously there are hopefully physical changes that are happening in terms of their body fat and their muscle mass. But the mental change, when you can see that they're more confident.
To me, that's the best part.
They start dressing a little bit more vivaciously. They're wearing the bright colors now. They're wearing, whatever the sports bra and the leggings, where maybe they were like in sweats and a t-shirt before.
Yep.
And you can just see that they're more confident now. And that's very empowering for you and for them, I'm sure.
It's the best part of this job.